In the annals of genetic engineering and clandestine experiments, few tales are as harrowing and thought-provoking as the story of the Distortus Rex, a monstrous abomination that was birthed in a secret laboratory in the early 2000s. This narrative, set against the backdrop of a malevolent corporation and the grotesque fusion of dinosaur DNA, serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of playing God and the ethical implications of unchecked scientific advancement. The year was 2010, and within the sterile confines of a clandestine facility, a lab worker donning a hazmat suit took a brief respite to savor a Snickers bar. In a moment of carelessness, the wrapper fell to the ground, landing on a sensor and triggering a door to swing open. Out came the Distortus Rex, a genetic aberration that would make its first meal out of the unsuspecting worker. But this was no ordinary dinosaur. It was the result of a horrifying experiment conducted by the InGen scientists in the early 2000s. Tired of regular dinosaurs, the scientists decided to create something more terrifying, something that would haunt the dreams of children for generations. They combined T-Rex DNA with Velociraptor DNA, merging the worst traits of two killing machines. To make matters worse, they threw in other genetic material, the exact nature of which remains a mystery. The outcome was a six-limbed monstrosity, a creature that was born wrong and born in pain. This abomination, dubbed the DX, emerged from its egg with a massive dome head, a sign of severe brain swelling, a condition known as hydrocephalus. Its body was a testament to pain, with every movement causing it agony. Its six limbs were a source of constant confusion as the creature struggled to coordinate them. Its brain, designed for four limbs, was in a constant argument with itself with every step it took. The DX was born and raised in Site C, InGen's special facility for their most controversial experiments. Site C was a place where failures were sent to live in misery, a basement for the worst of InGen's ideas. The DX wasn't just born wrong, it was born in pain. This wasn't genetic engineering, it was creating a living nightmare with a PhD in understanding its own suffering. Every day, the DX woke up to the reality of its existence. A creature smart enough to understand its own suffering, it was trapped in a body that didn't work, a brain that felt ready to explode, and a mind that was constantly learning that escape was impossible. Every joint hurt, every step was agony, every breath reminded it that its cardiovascular system was trying to pump blood through a body that shouldn't exist. In 2010, the DX was released when a candy wrapper landed on a door sensor. It wasn't just letting out a dangerous predator, it was releasing 17 years' worth of pain, confusion, and rage that had been building up in something smart enough to exactly who was responsible for its misery. But the real nightmare was just getting started. When the DX killed the lab worker, InGen decided that 17 years of solitary confinement was the appropriate response. This wasn't mercy, it wasn't even incompetence. It was scientific curiosity about how much damage one creature can take before it completely breaks down. They turned torture into a research project and called it containment. Studies on real animals show that even a few months of isolation can cause permanent brain damage. The DX spent more time alone than most people spend in school from kindergarten through college graduation. This creature was sitting in the dark with nothing but its own thoughts and the constant pain from its broken body for company. It was learning to be helpless, to stop trying to escape, to stop trying to fight back, and to stop trying to do anything at all. But the DX's brain was different. It was too intelligent to give up. It was too aware of its own suffering to accept its fate. So when a team of covert ops arrived at Site C in 2027, they found a creature that was confused, impaired, and angry. The DX didn't hunt them down or stalk them through the facility. It just reacted violently to anything that got too close or made too much noise or moved too suddenly. 3 people were dead, multiple casualties, millions of dollars in equipment destroyed. What did everyone call it? A rampage? A monster attack? The work of some unstoppable killing machine that needed to be stopped? The worst part is that after all this violence, after all these deaths, there was no big showdown. A final battle where the heroes defeated the monster and saved the day, the DX just survived. Which brings us to the cruelest part of this whole story. That dying was just too good of an end for this thing. Most monster movies end the same way. Hero faces monster, hero kills monster, credits roll. Everyone goes home feeling good about justice being served and evil being defeated. Not this one, it just survives. The humans leave, and it's still there. That's it. And a story. The most tortured creature in movie history gets to keep on being tortured. The humans in this story get to go home, write the reports, file their paperwork, move on with their lives. They'll probably barely think about this place again or only mention it in therapy trying to deal with the pain and move on with it. But for the DX, this place is everything, the only world it's ever known. This story ends exactly where it started. The creature that shouldn't exist living in a place it can't leave dealing with problems that will never get better. The DX isn't a villain. It's not even really a monster. It's just a victim that's too dangerous to help and too valuable to kill. A living reminder of what happens when you play God without thinking about the consequences. And the even more disturbing part, this isn't even a unique situation. There are probably other facilities out there, other experiments, other creatures dealing with their own versions of the same nightmare. The DX might not even be alone in its suffering. It just might be the one we happen to hear about. Sweet dreams, everyone. This is the one movie that doesn't have the good ending. If you enjoyed this very happy, cheerful tale of corporate responsibility and the life of a DX, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel as it supports us into making more content just like this one. And if you really like this video, we have other videos on other dinosaurs from the series that you can watch right here. In the world of genetic engineering, the story of the DX serves as a chilling reminder of the potential consequences of playing with nature. It is a cautionary tale about the dangers of creating life for the sake of entertainment or profit, without considering the ethical implications. The DX is a living testament to the pain and suffering that can result from such experiments, a creature born in torment and raised in isolation. As we continue to push the boundaries of science and technology, it is crucial that we remember the story of the DX. We must strive to ensure that our pursuit of knowledge does not come at the expense of the lives and well-being of the creatures we create. We must remember that every creature, no matter how strange or monstrous, has the capacity to suffer, and we have a moral obligation to consider their welfare in our actions. In the end, the story of the DX is not just a tale of horror and science fiction. It is a story about the potential consequences of our actions, a cautionary tale about the dangers of playing God. It is a reminder that we must always consider the ethical implications of our actions, and that we must strive to do no harm. As we continue to push the boundaries of science and technology, let us remember the story of the DX, and let us strive to create a world where all creatures, no matter how strange or monstrous, can live without pain and suffering. Moreover, the story of the DX raises questions about the role of corporations in scientific research. InGen, the company responsible for creating the DX, prioritized profit and entertainment over the welfare of the creature they created. This raises ethical questions about the responsibilities of corporations in the realm of genetic engineering and biotechnology. Should corporations be allowed to create and experiment on living creatures without regard for their well-being, or should there be stricter regulations in place to protect these creatures? The story of the DX also highlights the importance of empathy and compassion in our treatment of non-human creatures. The DX was a victim of cruel experiments, and its suffering was ignored by the scientists responsible for its creation. This underscores the need for us to view non-human creatures as sentient beings, capable of experiencing pain and suffering, and to treat them with the same care and compassion that we would want for ourselves. In conclusion, the story of the DX serves as a powerful reminder of the ethical implications of our actions in the realm of genetic engineering and biotechnology. It highlights the potential consequences of creating life for the sake of entertainment or profit, without considering the welfare of the creatures we create. As we continue to push the boundaries of science and technology, let us remember the story of the DX and strive to create a world where all creatures can live without pain and suffering. Let us always consider the ethical implications of our actions and strive to do no harm.